drugs. It reached a point that I could even sell drugs in order to get money for supporting the little family I left behind. And that made me, I was given expulsions in different many schools, and I even dropped out of school while I was in Form 2. So, and that's where I went into crime life. We could rob, we could steal and do all sorts of things. And until one day we were caught. So it was at night. I was with my friends. Cops came. We tried to resist arrest, and that was where 2 of my friends were shot, and 3 of them were sentenced to 30, 40 years in prison. I was also sentenced to Kamai Girls Boston Institution. It's in Kamiti. So, 4 years, I couldn't help but wonder where I went wrong. Was it the community I grew up in? Was it the desire to fit in with my peers? Or it could be the fact that I couldn't meet my basic needs. It was during the rehabilitation period that I got introduced to the President's Award program, and it's through the program that I'm able to stand in front of you here with a lot of courage and with a lot of hope for the future. Turning point of my life. And I've learned a lot. I've learned that it takes something that sparks and motivates you to change the world, the courage to speak out your dream, and the determination to keep fighting for it. To the young people, we are all winners. And you don't have to be great to start. You have to start to be great. Your Excellency, opportunities have been availed to us. We've received immense support, and our mindsets have been transformed to who we are today. We have now discovered the impacts we could have in our community and the great change we can even make in the country at large. So, to my fellow young people once again, be you, live you. I've seen my sisters from Langata Women, brothers from Shikusa, Shimo. You see, be strong. Life is not over. And because I was once there, and just a little hope, my sentence was ending next year, 2025, but I was pardoned. I was pardoned last year and moved out from the Boston in December. Today, I'm a first-year student at the Kiambu National Polytechnic. Though we are still living in Kibera, but I know and I hope that one day things will be well and I will be fine, and one day I will be with my family. Thank you very much, everyone present. Thank you very much, Your Excellency, for your time. It has been a great pleasure and a great opportunity to stand in front of you. Thank you. May God bless you and may God bless Kenya.
Thank you. Just a little about Nduta. She goes around talking to young people so that she can prevent them. Young people, I hope you've heard what Nduta has said. She goes around talking to young people to inspire them and also to prevent them from getting into problems. And also she encourages fellow young juvenile people who have been incarcerated. So thank you, Nduta. So the final one, and we'll keep it extremely short, is one of our amazing award leaders. He's a teacher from a school. I'd like to bring him forward so he can speak a little bit about his experience in delivering the award in the school and how it's transformed not only him as an award leader, but also how it has transformed his school. Karibu sana mwalimu.
Your Excellency, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, the President of the Republic of Kenya, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Good morning once more. My name is Joseph Kazungu, the Principal Galana Boys Secondary School in Magarini Coast Region. I just want to share how the award has helped in management of the secondary schools I have headed. In Taveta, I was the principal Timbila Boys Secondary School. Timbila Boys Secondary School used to have a history of unrest. I introduced the award, and as I stand here, although I was transferred to Galana, Timbila is now parading 37 gold award leaders. Now, apart from that, I just want to say that from Timbila, the students have a banana plantation. They have a banana plantation and a farm that has vegetables, and they are supplying the vegetables to the school. I want to challenge you, Mr. President, that the time you come to Taveta, I know you normally come to Taveta, please visit Timbila and you will see for yourself. In Galana Boys, I started the program immediately. I went to Galana and I discovered that it is very easy to manage boys when they are in the program. Now how? During the adventurous journey, I normally accompany them and walk with them in those days. And when you walk with these boys, they open up and they get close to you. You bridge the gap between the administration and the boys, and it becomes very easy to manage them. And that is why in the schools I manage, it is very rare for you to hear anything about unrest. I want to submit to you, Your Excellency, that as you assemble committees to address unrest in schools, PAK, this program, has a home solution for unrest in schools. As I finish, when I said I'm coming to State House, one of the participants in Galana, I gave him only one day, and he made a bracelet, and the bracelet is written, His Excellency Dr. William Samoei Ruto, and please, Mr. President, don't allow me to leave State House without giving you this award. Finally, I have two submissions to make. Number one, for the sake of this award, I'm requesting that whenever there are some activities at the grassroots level that do not have funding, at the grassroots level, so I'm requesting that the Ministry of Education can come up with a way of supporting these programs. You could take the model of Simase. The Simase model can really work for this program because we have students who are very poor, are not able to manage. And finally, I want to also request that this gold certificate be given weight in interviews. It should even be given more weight than the certificate of good conduct. Thank you, Your Excellency.
Your Excellency, thank you, and thank you for having an opportunity to hear from the young people and to hear from the award leaders. As you can see, we are very passionate about this program, and we are a very large family at the President's Award. Thank you.
Another round of applause for such wonderful testimonials. And Your Excellency, allow me to suggest that maybe with Emmanuel, you can sit down and have a few lessons. He seems to have learned quite a bit. Why don't we give them one more hand of applause? Thank you. And at this point, Your Excellency, we are now joined by the chair, and allow me to welcome him to make his remarks. The chairperson, President's Award Kenya, Dr. Dominic Wamugonda, to make his remarks. We give him a clap as he's coming. Welcome, sir.
Thank you. Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya, our own President, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, who is also the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, and patron, and our patron, we, the President's Award, Kenya. Cabinet Secretary, my own friend, Ministry of Youth Affairs, Creative Economy, and Sports, Honorable Kipchumba Murkomen. Last weekend we saw you in Eldoret trying to manage the cycling event that was going out there. Government officials, trustees, fellow trustees of the President's Award, Kenya, our Acting Chief Executive Officer, Mary Maria Birgen, our Global Operations Director of the Duke of Edinburgh International Award Foundation, the Chairman of the award, holders and alumni, Vice Chancellors, Principals of secondary schools, and heads of institutions, ladies and gentlemen. Your Excellency, it's my great pleasure to stand before you today on behalf of the Board of Trustees of the President's Award, Kenya, to acknowledge and recognize your presence at this important occasion. We are truly honored to have you presiding over this prestigious award ceremony, where we celebrate the young people who have attained their gold level of the award program, as well as those who have achieved life membership of the award holders alumni Kenya. Your Excellency, your unwavering commitment to improving the lives of young people and your tireless efforts in addressing youth issues have inspired countless individuals and shaped the nation's youth agenda. I would like to extend my heartfelt congratulations to the awardees. Your achievements so far are commendable, and I urge you to continue being exemplary individuals in your communities, in your institutions, and within our nation at large. Let me tell you a little story about how I got involved in all this. For quite a number of years, I've been teaching at the University of Nairobi, and at some point they appointed me to be Dean of Students at the university. And of course, the Dean of Students office deals with all manner of things, good things and bad things alike. All the naughty fellows end up there. All the queer, the funny girls end up there. And so on. And what happened is that all the student organizations, clubs and whatever, were managed from my office. And so you would end up, as Dean of Students, you would end up with a group that is messing up, and you have to deal with that situation. And you'll also end up with the groups that are enthusiastic and trying to do good things and trying to change their lives and so on. And that's how I discovered the President's Award scheme. I noticed these boys and girls who would come to me looking for support to go and do a project in some village up in Kakamega or someplace out there. And then the other time it would be another support system they needed to go and climb a mountain. And I kept wondering, what's all this about? this climbing mountains and doing projects in villages and that kind of thing. So I got interested, and I started following what they are doing, even as I was supporting them to get transport to go to these places and so on. And that's how I got involved in all this. Then, when we would have an occasion like this, the Gold Award, which is usually done here at State House, they would come to me looking for transport or looking for the details of organization. And so I would then get transport for them to bring them here, and we would all come here and so on. So that's how I got involved in this confusion. And to tell you the truth, Your Excellency, I have no regrets whatsoever. I have no regrets because I have seen the fruits of this labor. Just now, at the President's Award Center up in Upper Hill, we have a young man who works there with us. He works in the office. What's his name, Maria? Bruno. Yeah, Bruno. Bruno was one of those students at the university that was running around and causing trouble at my office. But Bruno is this type that would never let me rest. If he focused on a project that they were doing, he would make sure that I provide them with transport, I provide them with the facilities they need, and that's how I noticed him. So at some point, they were looking for somebody at the office, and I said to the executive officer, I said, look, there's a young man who is very good, and why don't you try him? So Bruno came along, he was interviewed, and he does a good job. And I think he's happy at the office. Am I right, Maria? So I have seen things happen. I'm not very old, but I have seen things happen. No, don't worry, I have my own age, but I'm not very old. I'm not that old, but I have seen things happen. So I urge all our young people to take advantage of the growth opportunities that are offered by this program. And I'm happy I arrived at a time when that teacher was speaking, and we are all speaking the same language. Your Excellency, I would like to assure you that the Board of Trustees of President's Award Kenya are determined to steer the organization to greater heights. To this end, I'm deeply indebted to Your Excellency for entrusting us with this noble responsibility of preparing our young people to be fit for the future. Millions of young people across the world are striving to achieve their bronze award and the silver one as well. But this is the climax of the whole thing, the gold award. This is happening in more than 140 countries and territories. In Kenya, we target to expand the program in all corners of our country, particularly in the institutions of learning. We believe in the tremendous opportunities that young people around the world can offer society, as well as the tireless dedication of our adult helpers who work towards championing them to achieve this. Your Excellency, I wish to reiterate our commitment to enabling young people reach their infinite potential and echo our corporate vision to reach all young people in Kenya and equip them with life skills to succeed. I also want to thank all heads of institutions, volunteers and supporters for believing in the program and allowing young people to experience this prestigious program. This program has impacted positively to lives of millions of people to this day. The role that you people play in young people's lives is significant and cannot be taken for granted. As we thank Your Excellency, we also want to thank those others that have supported this program and continue to support this program so that we can move forward together and build a better nation. Thank you very much, and God bless you all.
One more round of applause for the chair, Dr. Father Wamugonda. Your Excellency, allow me now to call upon the Cabinet Secretary, Ministry of Youth Affairs, Creative Economy and Sports, Honorable Kipchumba Murkomen, who will in turn invite His Excellency, the President. Welcome, sir.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya, my colleague, Cabinet Secretary Education, PSS Education and Youth, the Chair of the President's Award, my friend Father Dominic Wamukunda, who was that young even when we were in the university. He was still that young. The CEO of the President's Award and the board, the heads of institutions here, Your Excellency, this is a program properly delivered by various institutions, both private and public. And I have seen vice chancellors from public universities, from private universities, our correctional institution, and other government institutions, our awardees of the Gold Award. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Good morning once more. Your Excellency, before I invite you, I will be, let me say one or two things. One is, Your Excellency, I'd like to use this opportunity to thank Madam Nelly Mulanda. Yeah, please. This lady, Your Excellency, just retired from the institution, and she's actually, these are our fruits, the fruits of our labor. This is our work. And we use this occasion to say thank you, Madam, for the good job you've done over time, and look forward to working with you also in other different capacities, and you continuing to give support to the incoming CEO. Your Excellency, we have completed the process of getting a new CEO, and she will be reporting to office, I think, in a week or two. So I would like to thank Maria Virgen for a job well done, and the team after Madam Nelly had retired. Thank you very much for a good job. I also want to thank the PS, Your Excellency, because I am just less than 3 months in the ministry. The PS Youth, Ismail, please thank you very much for the job well done, and the team in the ministry for working to ensure that this program is well managed. Your Excellency, this is a program that is largely delivered in our secondary schools and the universities and colleges. So these are actually education institutions. Ordinarily and previously, this was domained in the Ministry of Education. And so this is a working partnership between our ministry and the Ministry of Education. And so before I just say my last 2 or so remarks, let me take this opportunity to invite my colleague, Honorable Migos, to come and make a few remarks, who is the Minister of Education. Pigie makofi.
Thank you. Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya and Commander-in-Chief of the Defense Forces, my colleague, Cabinet Secretary, Minister for Youth and Creative Affairs, distinguished guests, all the awardees present, ladies and gentlemen. Your Excellency, it is a great honor and privilege to join you on this important occasion. The importance of this occasion is not just in recognizing and awarding our outstanding young people for their achievements, but also in acknowledging and appreciating that through their achievements, they have positively impacted their society, as we've seen here today. The young people that you are awarding today have set an example for many others in the country and indeed across the world. Their achievements have set the standards for others to emulate. The primary lesson for our youth through these awards is that learning and achievement extend beyond formal education. Education is about the holistic growth and development of the individual. These holistic skills and competencies are what our youth require to thrive in the 21st world. As a matter of fact, the reforms that we are undertaking in the education sector through the implementation of the competency-based curriculum and competency-based education and training in our TVETs seek to achieve this. May I take this opportunity, Your Excellency, to congratulate all the awardees and to wish them all the best in their future endeavors. I am confident that the lessons that they have learned and the experiences that they have gained will prove beneficial to them and to the nation at large. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Your Excellency, if you look at this program, it's extremely impactful. And if I was to ask you how much does it cost the President's Award institution to deliver this program, Your Excellency, the total budget of this institution is 35 million shillings. And that budget, Your Excellency, just covers the emoluments of the staff of the institution. Previously, it was 70 million, but because of the austerity measures, it came to that amount. If we need to reach the other corners of the country, Your Excellency, I think we want to request you, and through you, through our parliament, to enhance, just a small enhancement of the budget of these institutions can produce more of these wonderful young people across the country, so that it gives them an opportunity across the country. Your Excellency, like was said by Mwalimu when he spoke here, this certificate that to the level of gold is such a very premium certificate. And I think it's important to find ways through Public Service Commission that this certificate is given premium recognition when getting an opportunity for persons to be hired to public service. The award also, Your Excellency, gives us an opportunity to shape our young people. At 14 to 24 is extremely a critical period in somebody's life. In fact, this is the best time to shape properly young people across the country. This President's Award is doing a fantastic job to shape our young people to focus not just in terms of getting jobs, but also having values. And the values that they get, as you saw the testimonies that were here, are going to have a greater impact in our country. Lastly, Your Excellency, the thing I'd like to request is that, and we have agreed with my colleague CS Ogamba, that we would like to have a very close partnership between the Ministry of Youth and Sports and the Ministry of Education. Because, Your Excellency, if we are achieving universal education, coverage of education across the country, it means that the constituencies that we largely serve are in the schools. Schools are the best nurseries for talent. Our children who are starting their game today, our girls who are playing in Dominican Republic in the World Cup for the first time, were picked largely from secondary school education and from the secondary school games. So schools As a ministry, we would like to have that close collaboration. We have agreed on how we will work together on youth issues and sports issues to make sure that the right place for us to make interventions on young people remains in our primary schools, our secondary schools, our colleges, and the universities. I'd like to challenge the professors who are here, Your Excellency, particularly the vice chancellors. I am speaking as a former student, but more importantly, as a former teacher at the university. There is a missing link between what happens in primary and secondary and what happens at the universities. You ask yourself, Your Excellency, for example, we grow talent in high school. And when it's done, there are very few institutions in the country, particularly the universities, that have a deliberate scheme to ensure that they track these talented people and young people and deliberately give them opportunities to enhance their talent in the university. You ask yourself, how come none of our universities in the country since independence has produced a gold medalist? Yet this is a country of athletics. When you go to Olympics, all the gold medalists of other countries, US, Europe, are in the university and colleges, and they are picked from the university. I'd like to challenge our universities and our university professors to go and rethink of clear ways of giving scholarships to young talented people to enhance their talent, and programs, whether it is in music, whether it is in sports, to continue at the university level, so that then we can find ways, we can deliberately find ways through sports fund of asking ourselves, which universities can we have interventions in terms of supporting talent? And we can rank our universities not just by academic and theoretical performance. We can rank our universities by showing how many of them are doing well in music, how many are doing them in sports, how many are doing well in creative arts. And then that award goes together with what my colleague says when we deal with the CBC curriculum that we are implementing. Your Excellency, that if we do that, we will sort out this problem of employment of many young people, and we will make sports a more lucrative venture. We will even change the academies we are building now, not to other places. We will build them in the universities because we know it will be utilized to grow talent across the country. Your Excellency, with those remarks, it is now my greatest honor